YouTubers, I've completed another 2 units in March. Well, I did actually finish basing these on the morning of April the 1st. However, I was under the impression that I was really working on the 30th of March when it was really the 31st, so easily done. Not. But anyway, I have finished these guys, which are another unit of Brunswickers. So I have their commander there, and just walking along the line. I've done these mainly in a couple of poses, so I've got a few guys, bayonets out, and some marching guys behind. I have a command unit there, and the rest are guys kneeling and firing or standing up behind and firing. So I managed to get another box of Brunswickers a couple of weeks ago, in fact, and it seems I've only had them a couple of weeks. I've turned these around pretty quickly because I wanted to do another unit and use these poses. I've also finished another unit of Prussian Landwehr, and these are the Airfix guys, of which I still have hundreds to do. So these are all virtually the same poses again, firing, kneeling down and firing behind, plus a command stand there. Did enjoy painting them, both sets in fact. I do like the Brunswickers because they're very quick to do, because they're all one colour. The flags I found on, oops, let me just get him out of the way, nap flags I think. And this officer is from the British Line command set, which, as you well know, I use for just about everything. And they also come with the man with the horn and a drummer. You get 4 of these officers in the set because, of course, it's 4 sprues of identical poses. So you get 4 of these, which is a bit excessive. So I may have to use one on a command stand somewhere. But yeah, I think you get far too many of those, which is a shame. So there you have it. That is what I've completed this month, and I shall now take you to the bench. What I'm doing is I'm working on some horses here, which I shall show you what they're for in a moment. I have the Zvezda, French Guard artillery, I think they are. So I've been working on these for about 2.5 weeks now, I think. I've been working on other things, as you've just seen. I've been finishing off the Brunswickers and the Landwehr, but I think I started these more or less the same time, but I've put these to one side for a bit to finish off the Brunswickers and the Airfix Landwehr guys. So these are just about done. A little bit of covering up various mistakes that I've done, putting things like metal bands on this guy who's, I think he's lifting the back of the cannon up with these strange rods. So yeah, they're nearly done, which means I should have another unit finished fairly quickly, because I was working on the guns last night. There's 3 guns in this set. One goes on a limber, and there's a case on set with it as well. The horse riders are here as well. I've been working on those, plus these hussars, which are the British Light Dragoons, but they're hussars really. So these are the 7th Light Dragoons, I did toy with the idea of doing them as Hungarians at first, with all sorts of fancy colours, but then thought, no, I'll do these as British instead. I also toyed with the idea of doing them as Belgians, but then I thought, I'll tell you what, for the Hungarians and the Belgians, I'll either get some more hussars or I'll just use my Airfix hussars up and maybe change some heads, perhaps. So yeah, the Dragoon hussars are getting close to completion as well. Again, I've just got to touch them up, put some silver and gold on them, do the hair. Horses are all done. So that should be that should be 2 units I finish in April pretty damned quickly. So I really am rattling through them at the moment. I did 4 last month, and I think it was 4 the previous month. I really am getting quite silly at this now. I decided to change all my rough cardboard colour reminder hints by using the colour printer at work, as you do. So I printed off all these little labels on one sheet and actually did them in the colours that they're meant to be, so I can tell just by looking at the label, not necessarily reading it. Gold and yellow obviously quite similar, silver and grey are quite similar, but you can see that that's pretty obvious what I've got to do next on those. Same with these horses, I'm going to do a red brown on there, and then I've got my spare ones over here, including that they need a wash, so that could be a white wash, not white wash, a black wash, could be a dark blue wash, red wash. It's a wash, and I'll know by looking at the figure what sort of wash they're going to need. So yeah, finding these pretty handy. Done a couple spare black and spare white ones, because you use them the most. And there's one for ink there as well. So there you have it, that's what I've been up to, and virtually everybody I speak to on the YouTube channels or on live chats now says they're going to be at Salute, so it's going to be a bit of a gathering, that one. So I shall see you there, and thanks for all the comments I've had recently, and thanks for all the support again over the long years now. Oh yes, before I forget, this is what the horses are for. I got another Airfix Waterloo Farmhouse Battlefield accessory set, which is the only way you can get these, by buying the Waterloo Farmhouse, or people are selling them on eBay instead, so you can get them from eBay. And I've now got 4 carts from 2 sets, so very useful, very handy. There's the guy who's the driver, who's a giant of a man, but he's the only one that comes with it, so I'm afraid he's going to be used for that unless I can find a different figure. Last thing, talking of the Battlefield accessory set, you get some really nice things with it. You get these bales of hay, you get these sacks, which, if you've watched my video where I showed my watermill, I've used 6 of those for that, so very useful. This guy I really do not like at all. He's meant to sit in the sort of wickerwork cart, but he's bloody awful. I don't know how somebody would be standing up to drive a cart. Bit of strange poetic license from Airfix there. There's 2 trunks and also a wheelbarrow, and on the other sprue you get some more barrels, these barriers which come with these little cross pieces here, a large barrel, and a couple more pitchforks and spades, which are always going to be useful, and a log pile. Very rough log pile, but you could use it as a barrier. So yeah, nice little set, that one. Mainly for the carts, are very much in demand at this scale, because there's not a lot around, and I think I paid about £3 for each of these sets, so not bad at all. Okay, bye again.